What is up, everybody? Nate McAllister here. This is going to be a really fun video. We're going to be talking about influencer arbitrage and how to do it. So this is the process of buying products on Amazon or somewhere else with the purpose of getting them just so that you can create influencer videos and then make money on them. There's a lot of products out there that have really high potential and low competition. And if we can find those, we can actually justify buying them and then doing videos and then offsetting that cost. And there's other things that we can do as well. First, a full disclaimer, this is a risky method. This is the only way with the program that you could actually lose money, right? So if you don't do this correctly, you could lose money. So pay close attention. There's a lot of things that go into this. Start slow. Don't go out and just spend a ton until you start to kind of verify the process and make sure that it works. I've done this for a while and I've had some winners and some losers, but as of recently, I found out how to get pretty much entirely winners. So there's a lot of things involved. I use two tools to make this happen. Without these tools, it's impossible to do. I mean, it's just not worth doing if you don't have these tools. And that is Oink for Influencers and Viral View. I use them both. Wouldn't do this process if I didn't have both. And I'll explain why. I have a 10% off code for both of those with code EAM at checkout. Let's get into it. A couple of things to caveat. Number one, do not buy things and then return them on Amazon. One, it's unethical, but two, is also very risky for your account. If Amazon catches on to you buying like expensive items, reviewing them and then returning them, especially with like glowing reviews, and you're like, actually, give me my money back, that's not good. Unethical as well. Number two, we don't need to buy these things on Amazon necessarily. A lot of these products can be bought elsewhere, and why not buy them elsewhere if you can? So before you make a purchase, go and see if it's available cheaper somewhere else, or even better, in a store. Speed is kind of the name of the game. If you have a video that has high potential, like a lot of these products can make money within like a couple of weeks, right? Every day matters, because if someone else gets on the listing, boom, you're kind of toast. And that really applies a lot as well to creator connections, especially if there's an open creator connection that's relatively new. A lot of brands are requesting samples, and then those are going to show up. So if you dilly dally and take too long to get your videos posted, you could miss the opportunity entirely. Okay, so we're clear on that. Risky, be smart, be ethical. All right, let's get into it. So first, let's talk about the tools that are involved in this process. They work hand in hand, but also kind of on their own. Let's start with Viral View. So with Viral View, they have a couple of things that we can do. They have the ASIN Finder, so you can upload a list of ASINs, but the Product Finder is what I really like. What you can do with the Product Finder is come into Filters, and then you can set filters that will show products that have high potential. They have something called a viral score, which is okay, but it's not a good indicator of if something's worth buying to review. And I'll explain more about that here as we go. But let's go ahead and set some filters here. Okay. We want to make sure that there's an upper carousel. There is no reason to ever do a buy to review if there is not an upper carousel. So we're going to do total or top carousel merchant videos, minimum 1. And then total influencer videos, for now, let's just do max 1. Okay. And then what we're going to do is sort, and we'll do that in a second. Minimum viral score, let's do 90. You can always go broader, like 90 is pretty high. And again, the viral score is not a perfect indicator of anything. But it is kind of a good rule of thumb. And it's with these products, most do not make money, right? So when I say most, I mean most of the products in the Amazon catalog aren't profitable for this model. So to find the ones that are, and there's a ton, I mean, that doesn't mean there aren't tons of them, thousands of them, but to find those, you have to scour through massive amounts of data, right? And tools like Viral View help us do that. So what we're going to do next, let's go ahead and set the price range here from $10 to $60. The price range doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, do what works for you. For this demo, we're going to do 10 to 60. And then the viral score is fine. I could put monthly sales or revenue, but the viral score does a pretty good job of calculating that for me, and I can use those later. If you put too many parameters in here, it's going to reduce the amount of things that you see. Just because something shows up doesn't mean you're needing to buy it. So I like to see a lot of things and buy very few. Okay. So do confirm. And then it's going to run through the catalog, and it's going to show products that might have some potential. So all of these, let's go ahead and filter. Let's filter by or sort by viral score. Okay, so we have all of these products, and we can now kind of go into them and see what is up. So I'm going to obviously skip things like Christmas gift baskets because it's January and that's not going to make any money. Wisconsin Cheese Company, that's another thing. Seasonality matters a lot. These viral scores do not factor in seasonality. So a lot of stuff that's sold a lot in December, like Christmas lights, blah, 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 all toys, everything like that, is going to be overstated on the viral score. So we can't just trust any of this. We have to still use our own discernment. And when you're spending money, you need to use a lot of discernment because you can easily just, like I said, this is the only way to lose money in the program. You can waste a lot of time doing other stuff. This is kind of the cheat code to getting there faster. But it is also the cheat code to actually losing money if you want. Okay. So here, ultra focus pouches. Let's open these up. All right, let's break down this lead. So now that we're on the actual page, you'll notice the bottom left and the bottom right, we have a break even calculator and we have the Ask Oinkers chat. So these are awesome tools. I love them both. One reason that I like to use Viral View and Oink is if you look down here on Oink, it shows 0 influencers and Viral View shows 1. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more intel. And this is interesting because the listing itself actually only shows the brand. So the brand has 3 videos. And there is an influencer video that was published a couple of days ago that is yet to show up on the upper carousel. Okay, so Oink will only show what's in the actual upper carousel. And then down here it shows days to break even at that 2 I believe it's 2 or 2.25% commission. I always just do whatever it says on there. But this one is pretty close, right? $49, very bad reviews. So we might be seeing some returns, especially on a higher price item where somebody has to like actually consume it. They're not going to take them all. You know, it's a pretty easy item to return. Okay. But it does have, you know, today shipping, which is also a benefit. Yeah, so it's a combination of both of those things, right? I like to look around and see what does the break-even calculator say. And then another thing that's super important, Amazon sellers know about this. It's a tool called Keepa. Keepa is like the gospel truth in terms of units sold on Amazon. Keepa knows what is actually selling. These other tools are good, but sometimes they're just using their best estimates. Keepa is accurate. Okay, so this will show us, because we need to keep in mind, is this a seasonal thing? Is this something that was overinflated because of Christmas time, right? And this wouldn't be that type of product. This is a kind of more of an evergreen thing. I mean, maybe a few more. Everything sells more in Q4, but the things like the viral score aren't going to factor that in, right? So they're going to base that off of the sales that month, but they don't really do that step that we need to do ourselves, which is why did it sell and will it continue to sell? Because it doesn't matter what it sold, it matters what it will sell. This is a pretty safe product because it's not a seasonal type of thing, right? So that's how I would analyze that one. Let's continue to another one. All right, so let's go back into Viral View and see what else we've got. So we can scroll down, go to the next page. Also expand the view to more pages. Let's see what we got. Mail performance. So these are going to be low commissions. 39.20. So this one estimates that it'll make its money back in 38 days. Ask Oinkers. So this one's kind of a maybe, right? I don't love the, commission rates. You want to kind of hang out in the higher commission rates, but it's all relative, right? If the sales and lack of competition can offset that, that's a good, it is what it is. All things being equal, higher commission rates are better. But so one thing that I like to check to let me know if a product is like genuinely probably making someone money is over here on the likes. It's really hard to get likes on Amazon videos, but if the one video that's up there has it, that's a really good sign. Okay. So this one's going to go into my maybe category, right? So depending on how much budget I have for that month, I'll put them together and then I'll go through and I'll check. You do have to act fast though. You can't really just wait around forever. But I actually built a tool called Fastlinks. And with Fastlinks, I can actually save my links. And I'm going to add this one to one called Buy to Review. And then when I go into the web app, I have it saved. So you don't have to use Fastlinks for this, but it's integrated with Amazon. So it will actually save all the picture and everything, and it will put it right inside of here. So if I want to come back to it later, I can do that. Okay, pretty cool. I made it for my own needs. You can check that out at fastlinks.com. All right, but let's get back to Viral View. Okay, so we'll come down through here and just see what else is up. Toys, again, it's January, so we got to be careful because this is going to be dramatically overstated. One influencer video. Double checking with Oink. Oink confirms it has one. You can see the date it was uploaded. So that's a good sign. It was uploaded in November and no one else has come on to it. So that's the one thing, like when a product's selling a lot, the people that are buying it, a couple of them are going to be influencers and they're going to get on it. So $5K a month, $39 estimated profit. Asking Oinkers, I'm sure he's going to say, hell yeah. Oh, it says probably. So I'll go ahead and I'll add that to my possible buy list. Okay. Keep going. And if we want, we can change the filters. Let's say that I want to focus on a specific category, right? Like let's say, automotive has a high payout, right? 4.5%, I think is still what it is. So this would be a good spot to hang out. This one right here, Stingray. $24, $25 estimated net. That's possibly a good one. Cross check with Oink. Yeah, they like that. Okay. Nobody, please don't go and buy all these ones I'm showing because everybody's going to do that now. Go find your own because it's just going to flood. Okay. And then we can also, in Creator Connections, kind of do the same thing, right? I love Creator Connections. That's the one downside of Viral View is that it doesn't calculate the Creator Connections in here. All right. Another thing though, let's say, like we said, speed is the name of the game, getting it as quickly as possible. What if this Stingray product, and it's probably not, but what if this was for sale at Target or Walmart? So let's go ahead and just paste it into Google and check. Spot remover, 32 ounce. Not available. That's the thing. A lot of the times these will show up on Walmart because Walmart has their own third-party marketplace, but it won't be actually available for pickup. But I like to do that first because if you can get it locally, why not? They sell it at Lowe's. And I'm not saying to do this, but there's a lot of people that will go into the store and just record it and then make it look like they're not in the store. That's your business, not mine. But again, this one's not available for pickup anyway. Okay. But that's something worth checking. Also keeping in mind, you can buy things and then flip them, right? You can sell them on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, right? Do not buy to refund on Amazon. Okay. Don't do that. It's not cool. It's not something anybody should be doing. Let me show you some more. So let's say that we're in automotive. Let's just do, I call this the ABC method. I'll just type the letter A and then I'll see what it gives me. It gives you the top recommended things that start with that letter. So let's do, and I mean, for buy to review, you might as well buy things that you want or are easy to sell, all things being equal. So what we can do here now is use the Viral View extension, click on product view, and it's going to filter everything here by opportunity. Okay, so we have the viral score. If there is a creator connection, message the brand first and see if you can get it for free. Why buy it if you can get it for free, right? If you're going to do a buy to review, one of the things to consider, the profitability is going to factor in that creator connection. Creator connections campaigns have end dates. So when you're signing up for one, or when you're buying a product to review, make sure that that creator connection has enough time left that it's actually going to reflect, right? So if it says it's making $40 a month in profit, it's not making $40 a month in profit if the creator connection campaign ends, right? This one has a nice long creator connection campaign. Okay, so we can go into here and then let's check what it looks like on the buy to review side. On buy to review, $66.93 estimated profit. It does have 3 influencer videos, which is a little bit more than I like for buy to review. On the actual upper carousel, though, I'm only seeing 1. So these are the Doodle Moms finds. Okay. Problem with this product is, unless you have one of these cars, which are all new cars, 2024 and above, you don't really have much you can do with it. So, I mean, you can still make the video and just show it in the driveway, but it's the type of thing where I'm like, probably I'm not going to do that one. It's expensive. There's already some influencers, and for some reason, they're not hitting the upper carousel. Okay, so I'd probably skip on that one. But we've got all these other ones, and then let's go again. Let's just keep going. Let's do the letter. Let's go to T. Trunk mat. Let's do trunk organizers. Let's see, because I actually need a trunk organizer. All things being equal, if you can get something that you actually need, sweet, go for it. Treat yourself. But that's really it in a nutshell, guys. I mean, you can mess around with the prices, mess around with the categories, mess around with, if you're focusing on things with Creator Connections. I do recommend, if you watch this video, use like a summarizer and pull out my key points that I had mentioned. Price point and what you're looking for. Like I said, it depends what your budget is. But again, this is not without risk. It's not for the faint of heart. Amazon sellers have an advantage here because you guys know how to source products and what makes products sell and seasonality and all that stuff, how to use Keepa. But this is a cool method that can get you ahead of the pack, because finding profitable products is hard. Just reviewing everything you see is not very profitable, especially compared to just coming out here and being like, hey, I want that video. I'm going to buy that product and I'm going to try to make my money back and break even. But that's it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video.